Well, good morning, folks. This Saturday, the 4th of October, 2025. A little sunrise, white-tailed deer. There's a very nice little park here. Very quiet. Walk back over here into another little area. They have picnic tables. Right down in here, there are a pair of bucks. Right there. Looks like maybe a 4-point. Those may be the does we just seen that these guys were after. The does are standing right there. I'm going to move up here just a little bit ahead. This might be a spike trying to become a 4-point. And this guy over here is a young buck. So is this one here. First year. They're chasing those does though. Count on him. He looks like a solid 6, little 6-pointer. Next year would be a lot better. Survives the winter. The rest of the hunting season. Bow hunting started just the other day. Now this guy here's he's a little snaggly spike horn trying to become a 4-point. Yeah, looks like he's just got a fork up there. He's probably a legal 3 or 4. Most hunters would pass on both these deer unless it was the first year. A young hunter might take that 6 right there, but unless you needed the meat, you'd probably pass on those animals right there. Wait for another year or year after next. Those guys right there really be something. This one wants to walk up here towards me. Deer can be dangerous. They can be dangerous. Even that little spike horn right there, if he wanted to come and get it on, tear into it, he could hurt you real bad with those horns. It's rare, but when they go after a human, it's not very nice. Alright, maybe we'll go over there and take a seat. Let's go down here and take a look at the lake. Nice and calm. Right at 49 degrees. It's supposed to get up to about 85 again today. It's a little uncommon. On the opening day of firearm deer season, about 25 years ago, I went deer hunting in blue jeans, tennis shoes, and a sweatshirt. Pinned my license on the back of my sweatshirt and went out and I did harvest a deer that day. Matter of fact, that was the last deer I harvested in my life. Yep. Quite warm that day. It was in the middle 70s. November. Alright, right back. Just wanted to check my 6 o'clock here a second, make sure them bucks aren't following me up here. have crossed the street and they're grazing in a lawn, on a lawn with the does. Well, I'm going to take some pictures a little later, a little video of 3 large old growth trees not far from my home. I just walk over there. They're marked with big red X's yesterday, and they're going to be cutting them down. The branches are all up in the power lines, like I've made videos before. Not complaining, just calling it out. You know, if a house is on fire, I'm not complaining. I'm calling it out. The house is on fire. Same thing with that. The complaining will be done later when you figure out what caused it and why it wasn't put out properly or quickly. All right, same thing with these things, but they're going to take those trees down. I'll wait till the job's over and go back and count the annual rings on the stumps, unless they grind them. I'm saying 120 years. I'm going to call it right now at 120 years, and we'll see. But that's good to get those out of there, because those are main power lines running down that street. One of the 2 streets that completely transect this neighborhood from east to west. And it's a main thoroughfare, and those lines are very important. They've gone down before. In the 5 years I've lived here, almost 6, they've gone down 3 times. And all because of the trees. Yep. Part of the deal when you live in the woods. They're trying their best. Focus a little bit of that those funds from the downtown projects and so forth, the arenas and all these other things. Now they're going to reconfigure the festival site. I think they said that was $4 million. New pavilion there so people can get inside. The homeless people and things can get in and I guess hang out there during the day or something. I think it was 4.3 or 6 point something million, in the millions of dollars. And they have the new conception, artist conception. They've posted that. I've gone down there one time, probably 25 years ago, for a Greek fest, and it was really fun. But then, since then, shootings, fights, homeless all over the place at those things. I don't know. I mean, right across the street is the Mission District. It's in the Mission District. The blood plasma center there, bars all around. The mission itself, the drop-in centers, and then the homeless camps along the wherever. And it's yeah, let's go down there and party. The city's trying to change things around, and I totally understand that, but every single time I've gone down there to try to do something, there's no way I'm going in there. And I'll even say it, I'm not going in there unarmed. And since that's not allowed, I'm not going. And the thing is, a bunch of my friends, there's a woodpecker up there raising cane. You can hear him. And none of my friends that I know go there at all. Too dangerous. Some people say, oh, we've gone down there and had a great time and all that. I don't doubt that. But, all you have to do is drive by once, take one lap around the block, and you will go to a movie or something. Well, you can go and hang out. See, try it once. Try it once. If it works out, fantastic, go back again. No problem. But if something isn't quite right, or you see what I see every time, you'll find another venue. Looks like the Canadian geese are coming in here to land. Yep. Used to have concerts downtown in Kalamazoo on top of Gilmore's parking ramp. I think that structure is still there. I'll have to take another look at that. I believe it is still there. I believe below it has been turned into shops and everything. Last time I was down Farmer's Alley there. I have to take another look at that. But yeah, I've been to 2 really great concerts. They're up on the top of that parking ramp. and so forth. Those are good days. Music on the mall. They used to, downtown mall, they had music down there before they put the driving mall back through. It was a walking mall then, and man, they had nice concerts down there and everything. And it seems like the 90s came along, and from the 90s all the way, things kind of dried up. Those geese aren't drying up. Won't be long, they'll be flying a little further south. Many Canadian geese hang here around this area in the wintertime. Yep, airplanes down flying on 17 south out of Kalamazoo. Big Up John Pond down there would hold a lot of geese, and there were incidents. Convair 580 one day, flown by Captain Moe, bird strike, and lost the engine, lost the power, and he was able to belly land that aircraft with, I think there was 27 passengers on board, 23 or 27, in a cornfield just east of Sprinkle Road. I'll put some pictures in here of that. We were at work when it happened, and we heard about it, and went over there and checked it out, and actually seen the tail of the plane from the road sticking up above the cornfield. Emergency vehicles all around, and we felt, it's time to leave. A lot of looky-loos and so forth out there. When we went back to work, we only had an hour, and yeah, I seen that, and then later read about it. I'll insert a couple pictures this morning on that, since we're talking about birds flying and things. Everyone survived a couple of back injuries, and they blamed Captain Moe for not trying to keep the plane in the air and flying it on over to Detroit, where they were going to be, where they were heading. And instead, he there's no way, and he put it down. He was separated from flying for years until a real investigation jumped on that and exonerated him. Every passenger said he was a hero. He saved their lives and everything else, but there were some authorities that he should have kept the plane in the air and flown on to Detroit and made a landing on the runway there, wheels down landing. Nope. Of course, by the time that he was exonerated, I believe he was getting a little bit up in age. I don't know if Captain Moe ever flew again, but he was a hero, and that's a fact. I'm going to put some pictures of his blue goose in this video, just to honor that gentleman this morning. You bet. All right, man, we had a lot of discussion. Deer, Captain Moe, big trees going to be cut down. A lot of business done here this morning. All right. Thanks again for subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we're going to head out, get back home, open the place up, get ready for the day. Please stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Probably some tree cutting. Pretty nice little picture.